Do you think you have dementia?
No. That's what I've been accused of, believe it or not. Frontal temporal dementia? How dare you? And I'm not saying you, because I've been accused of having that. And how do you prove it? By keeping me locked here. So that I can't see. Look, I can't go out. You have to have keys to open the door, to hit the elevator, to go downstairs. Keys. I'm telling you, this is like being in prison.
Y'all, when I tell you the universe is out here writing essays on Kevin Hunter, I am not playing. The man who built his whole life off Wendy Williams' money, missing, quiet, off the radar. The mansion is sold. The Ferraris, gone. Sharina took the baby and went home to her mama in South Carolina. The bank's done already came for him. And word online is the creditors are circling so hard, drama outlets are out here calling them loan sharks. Meanwhile, and this the part that's gonna have you hollering Wendy Williams, Wendy is about to walk out of that guardianship a free woman with her money intact. By the end of the year, sis, Karma showed up with a notebook and a pen. Before we get into all of it, hit that subscribe button and that little bell. We following this Wendy saga every step of the way, and you do not want to miss what happens when she officially walks free. Now sit down, let's get into how Kevin Hunter lost everything. You gotta rewind to January 2022. Wells Fargo froze Wendy's accounts.
Wendy Williams is confirming rumors that her son exploited her finances way before the guardianship. She's confirming this in a new documentary presented by TMZ, Saving Wendy. So there's been a rumor on the streets for a long time that it was something that Kevin Hunter Jr. did that sparked and alerted Wells Fargo to freeze Wendy's accounts, which subsequently caused the guardianship.
The minute those accounts froze, the alimony stopped. And depending on which outlet you read, this man was pulling anywhere from $37,500 to $250,000 a month from his ex-wife. Imagine that check just disappearing overnight. He told the court himself in writing that he had fallen behind on most of his bills and had no money since the severance payments were suspended. That's when the dominoes started. Per Madame Noir and Radar Online, UBS Bank USA sued him in 2023 for $20,176.83 in unpaid credit card debt. Sir, the same man who used to executive produce a national talk show couldn't pay a $20,000 credit card bill. He ignored the whole lawsuit. The court entered a default judgment against him in November 2023, and that thing has been growing with interest ever since. 2 years earlier, the HOA had already sued him over $862 in association fees, threatening foreclosure. $800, y'all. The audacity. So what did he do? He started selling. The 5-bedroom Parkland, Florida mansion went on the market in 2023, sold for $1.25 million. 2 luxury vehicles, including the Ferrari Portofino, he reportedly gifted Sharina, got sold off to a company called Flexwealth that gives loans against luxury assets. And there was even an insurance claim on a rain-damaged Ferrari that got disputed. The same man who used to floss in front of cameras was now pawning cars to keep the lights on. And the cherry on top? Wendy's guardian, Sabrina Morrissey, turned around in August 2025 and demanded he pay back $112,500. She said he had been overpaid, then asked for a gag order. Because not only had the money dried up, the people watching it were now coming to collect. So what does a desperate man do? Honey, he swings for the fences. In June 2025, Kevin Hunter filed a $250 million federal lawsuit. Named over 30 defendants, including the judge, claimed he was filing as Wendy's next friend, that she was being abused, neglected, and defrauded under guardianship. Tried to position himself as her savior. The man she divorced after a 15-year affair was suddenly her hero. Wendy got on TMZ on June 19th, and I want y'all to listen to me carefully. Said she didn't even know about the lawsuit. Called him a money grubber. Said, I'm divorced forever. Said, it's good to know he's doing such evil things again. Sis, put the word again in there. Twisted that knife.
There was a situation where Kevin says he wanted to rent a boat for his birthday for $1,500 and ended up getting a boat that rented out for $113,000. And he blamed it on the bank, that the bank wanted him to have that. That never really made sense to me.
Normie, you know what I'm saying? He has a way of getting with a couple of other people. You know what I'm saying? My son is not the only one, you know what I'm saying, involved with my money.
Now is a perfect time for me to ask who saw this coming back in 2019 when she served him those divorce papers at the studio.
Come on now, you don't just throw away 25 years lock, stock, and barrel. I gotta tell you something right now. As a mature single, I'm a single woman, you know what I'm saying? I would ask, well, you know what? You all can say what you want and you're entitled to. I certainly say what I want behind closed doors, but I will tell you this, we do have our son and he is away in college and he's home right now. If you're wondering why I'm hanging out so much with him, he's home for college break. He sees me, he sees his dad.
Drop a comment and tell me if you've been Team Wendy from day one or if you came around late. Like the video while you're down there. The 9th of October, 2025, Judge Margaret Garnett threw the entire lawsuit out, ruled Hunter has no standing as Wendy's next friend, told him to start over.
Well, it's regarding my attorney, Alan Diamond.
We're cutting it.
So
we're going to cut the live
Kevin
stream
Hunter
moment right now,
Sr.,
too.
your ex-husband, they dismissed the case?
Yes, it was dismissed.
Can you bring my mic down?
It was at a federal court hearing, earlier this morning. And, of course he wants to steal my money, the ex. In the meantime, it's been dismissed,
We're going to
and I'm happy. Why not?
His own lawyer, LaShawn Thomas, got barred by court order from communicating with Wendy or her family. Wendy got right back on TMZ Live and said, and I'm paraphrasing because we don't quote folks word for word like that, said she doesn't want him in her life like that. Said he's been a money grubber his whole life. Said good to know he's doing evil things again. Sis said it twice in different interviews. She wanted that on record. He had until November 10th to refile in his own name. No major reports of that happening successfully. And while all this was crumbling, Sharina left. Multiple reports and the Lipstick Alley threads have been saying for a while now that Sharina took daughter Journey and moved back in with her mother in South Carolina. The Coral Springs, Florida home they shared got listed for over $1.2 million. One LSA user said something I cannot stop laughing at, said she probably sold a lot of the stuff he bought her with Wendy's money. The mistress he blew up his 21-year marriage for took the baby and went home. The girl who used to have luxury everything when she was the side piece back at Mama's house in South Carolina. The math is mathematizing on its own. So now we get to the missing part. Kevin has gone quiet. No social presence, no interviews, no public appearances. And drama outlets and Facebook drama pages are running with it, calling him bankrupt after banks seized everything, saying loan sharks are circling, saying he can't go nowhere without somebody coming for that money. Now, to be straight with you, the loan sharks framing is online repackaging of what's actually documented bank lawsuits and creditor judgments. But the silence is real. The man who used to be loud is invisible right now. And while he's invisible, older allegations are resurfacing too. Lipstick Alley threads are dragging back up old stories, including the public accusation from singer Aveon Falstar, who once accused Kevin Hunter of SA when he was their signed artist.
We exchanged DNA twice. One at the spa, one at the condo. And the one at the condo wasn't really me. He practically came over there because I was his boy toy. I was somebody that he could get off on. Kevin was abused as a kid.
Okay.
Kevin's mom didn't love him. She kicked him out early. He's been through so much in his life and he's a sick man. Sick. So I understood that.
That allegation has never been resolved publicly, but it has been part of the broader Kevin Hunter shadiness conversation for years. Page 6 has reported sources close to Wendy described him as controlling. People who knew them were reportedly terrified. And don't forget, Wendy has said it was Charlemagne the God who introduced Kevin to Sharina in the first place. A 15-year affair she reportedly knew about for 13 years before she exposed it. This man's whole reputation is being re-examined while he's hiding from the bank. And meanwhile, Wendy Williams is about to be free. On December 8th, her lawyer Joe Tacopina went on ABC Nightline and announced that Wendy will be out of her guardianship by the end of the year.
Wendy's legal team now getting ready to file her new medical assessment to a New York court and demand her guardianship be terminated for good.
What's the plan you have to get her out of the guardianship, and when can we expect some movement in court?
The plan is this. There are guardianship attorneys, and we're watching and waiting. They've assured Wendy by year's end she'll be out of guardianship.
Tacopina said the guardianship attorneys have assured them by year's end she'll be out. Said Wendy does not have frontotemporal dementia. said that should be game, set, match. In her Breakfast Club sit-down back in January 2025, Wendy looked into that camera and said she is not cognitively impaired, said she feels like she's in prison, said she's very much alive and she deserves freedom.
I am not cognitively impaired, you know what I'm saying? No, but I feel like I am in prison. You understand what I'm saying? I feel like I'm in New York City, right? And by the way, my apartment has been sold, thank God, a while ago. But I'm in this place where the people are in their 90s and their 80s and their 70s, and even when people are 60 like me, hey, I'm and gorgeous.
She reportedly aced a competency test in March 2025. 10 out of 10. This is the next Free Britney story, and the girls online are eating. So here's where we land. Kevin Hunter spent over 20 years living off his wife's money, cheated on her for 15 of those years, tried to take over her guardianship for $250 million after she'd already left him, lost, got called a money grubber on national television by the woman whose name he used to control. The banks took the cars. The HOA took the piece. Sharina took the baby. And the wife he tried to take from is about to walk out of guardianship with her money, her mind, and her freedom all intact. Tell me in the comments, did Kevin think Wendy was too sick to fight back? Because look who's standing now. Hit that like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye, baddies.